I have spent all morning working with my coach, with my teacher, learning a bunch of new things. And I'm so super jazzed. You know how that is when you get a bunch of new information, you're like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I needed to know. Yay. So if you're that kind of person too, go ahead and write down for yourself, like, I'd love to learn. It's the human state is to be learning. It ignites our curiosity and our sense of possibility. I just want to remind you that you love that. I think sometimes we think of the word learning and it sounds hard or like we don't want to do it, but you do, actually. You really do. So let's talk about my book launch, June 18th. I'm hoping to share with you some things you don't know about launches and book launches in particular. One of them is the publishers aren't really in control of the publication date anymore. Amazon is in control of the publication date, and they will often release the book weeks before or sometimes weeks after your actual pub date. It kind of messes things up because we want to plan the pre-launch pretty carefully. We want to have the launch date be a big moment of celebration. And certainly we want to have the pub date be the day the books are actually available. But I have friends who all of a sudden they've got their pub date and the books are not available on Amazon yet. You got to sort of go with the breeze a little bit. You got to be a little bit flexible. So the new book is called The 15-Minute Method, The Surprisingly Simple Art of Getting It Done. And it's all about getting out of overwhelm, getting out of procrastination into a really joyful rhythm of productivity, of doing things that are important to you. Because like I say, you do everything for everybody else all day. How about taking 15 minutes for you? There's a lot of stories in there. There's a lot of strategies. There's every chapter has an exercise. If you're into personal development and self-help, and I think it's a slightly unusual take on things. That's what I've heard anyway. If you want to pre-order and you would like to leave a review, you would like to be part of the pre-launch team, go to therealsambennett.com/launch party. And that will take you to a page that explains to you a little bit what the process is. You say, yeah, I'd like to be on your pre-launch team. And then the next page says, great, go to Amazon and pre-order the book and then come back and give us your order number. And then in a week or two, probably the first week of May, I will send you a PDF of the book. You'll get an advanced reader copy PDF of the book. And then this is step 4, I will let you know when to write a review. Pre-orders and reviews are the key to succeeding selling your book. That's it. And if you're selling something other than a book, you can think of this as pre-enrollment and testimonials, or pre-purchases and testimonials. Get people on board ahead of time. If you've got a product, you can take a waiting list. If you've got a course, you can take a waiting list or pre-enroll people. And that not only gives you some proof of concept, right? You can prove to yourself, oh, this is a worthwhile thing. People actually do want to buy this. It has a sort of spillover effect. People like to be part of things that are popular. People like to do things that other people are doing. And even those of you who are skeptics and iconoclasts and idiosyncratic as hell and don't like to do whatever, very suspicious of anything that's too popular, really don't like to go with the crowd. I'll tell you what, you go to a restaurant, pick up the menu, and if there's a big red box in the corner that says our famous corn chowder, guess what you are most likely to order? I will tell you a funny story. It's now closed. I'm so sad, but there used to be a place not too far from where I lived in California called Anderson's Pea Soup. There's signs all along the freeway. Anderson's Pea Soup, stop at Anderson's and have pea soup. So my friend Paul was taking a road trip with his then 11 or 12-year-old daughter. They're driving and they're like, well, we gotta go. And it's this big roadside attraction. It's got a big shop. They sit at the table, the server comes over, what do you'll have? And Paul says, well, I guess we have to have, 2 of the pea soup. And she goes, oh, we're out. And Paul goes, what? And she goes, I love doing that. We like to do things that other people do. If you tell me it's your famous pea soup, I'm going to order your famous pea soup. If you tell me that this is your bestseller, that's the one I'm most inclined to do, right? And again, this is true even if you're an iconoclast, even if you're not a follower of rules or other people's behavior, it's too deeply imprinted in us. We're tribal animals. We like to do things that other people are doing. It makes us feel safe and we're interested, right? We're curious. Oh, that's so popular. Maybe I should watch it. If that's the #1 movie, maybe I should find out what it's about. Oh, Veronica says they're rebuilding it. It's coming back. Whew. That's good news because not only do they have great pea soup, but their fried chicken is amazing. So go to therealsambennett.com/launch party. Tell us you want to be part of it. And then go buy the book, put the order number in, and then I will send you the advanced reader copy PDF of it. And then I will tell you when to post your review. Don't freak out about writing a review. I do not need you to write a book report. This does not have to be long, involved. A book review can be 3 words: fun, interesting, sassy. Any three adjectives. One of my favorite reviews ever, I think it was for Get It Done, which is having its 10th anniversary this year, by the way. This is what happens when a book launch goes well, is it rolls out then for many years after. I sort of didn't feel like a real writer until I got my first one-star review. And the one-star review said, I don't know, it's all this rah-rah, you can do it stuff. I'm like, well spotted. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And it's true. If you do not like rah-rah, you can do it stuff, then you will probably not enjoy my books because they are, in fact, motivational in nature. The real key to a successful launch, and if you're a writer downer, go ahead and write this down, is what problem does your book or product or service or course or whatever solve? What is the problem your product solves? Does it solve the problem of I need something cozy to read before bed? Does it solve the problem of I want something sexy that's not too misogynistic? Does it solve the problem of I need a dress to wear to this fancy event? Does it solve the problem of I need a way to communicate with my team? Is it software? Like, what is it? What problem does it solve? And once you know what problem it solves, right? So my book, The 15-Minute Method, solves the problem of I don't, I'm unmotivated, I'm overwhelmed, I don't feel fulfilled in my life, I feel sort of empty. What problem does it solve? Mine solves overwhelm, lack of fulfillment, but maybe you make giant art and you're solving the problem of people who have big houses and big walls and need something exciting on their walls. And then how do we talk to those people? Specifically, what is the language that we are using that's going to make them prick up their ears? 15-minute method. Oh, okay, let's break that down. 15 minutes, that seems doable. Method. Oh, she's got a process. There's actually a methodology here. And then the subtitle, the surprisingly simple. Okay, I like simple and I don't mind surprises as long as it's, I'm prepared for it. Right? Is a surprise that you're prepared for really a surprise? I don't know, but my family knows, do not surprise me. You can tell me we're taking you somewhere and it's a surprise, but do not just jump out and surprise me. I will not enjoy that at all. Don't do that. Don't do that. Surprisingly simple art of getting it done. Getting what done? What matters to you? And then we have the colors you'll be able to see when you pre-order. It's blue. It's this beautiful shade of blue and yellow. It's really sort of an energized look. I think it'll look nice with the two other books, with Get It Done and Start Right Where You Are. We'll have orange and yellow and then blue with yellow. I think they'll sort of look like a family together. They're not identical, but they speak to each other, right? June just pre-ordered. Yay. Thank you, June. Lori wrote a book called The Ultimate Guide on What to Do When Someone You Love Dies, right? My book solves the problem of what to do when someone they love dies. Exactly. Who do you call? What paperwork do you need? What's supposed to happen? How do I handle my grief, right? Sisters, not triplets. Exactly. So that's step one. How do we attract the right people? Well, first of all, we think about the problem that we're solving, and then we talk about the problem in a way that they're going to recognize. So often, I see this with entrepreneurs, with nonprofits, with authors. You start talking about the problem you solve in the way you understand it, right? So let's say I'm a nutritionist and I want to start talking about, people's thyroid issues or their menopausal issues or their hormone issues or this or that. Well, the person I'm talking to doesn't necessarily know that that's their problem. So thyroid hormone is just going to go right past them. But if I say that stubborn belly weight, your favorite pants don't fit anymore, people are going to go, oh, my favorite pants don't fit anymore. Now they've got their hand raised. Oh, I'm interested. You're bursting into tears at the thought of the beach. Oh, I'm bursting into tears at the thought of the beach. And I love the beach. This is sad, right? So, and how are they talking about it to themselves? Okay. That's the main thing. How are they talking about it to themselves? And what language can you use to sort of draw them closer? You can also do this visually, and you know this. You've walked past 1,000 storefronts, where you're like, no. And then there's one you're like, oh, I want to go in here. What is it about that storefront that made you think, oh, I think there's something in there for me? Analyze that a little bit. What catches your attention, right? What are you noticing about that? 15-minute method is number 15 in creativity self-help on Amazon. Oh my gosh, Veronica, that's incredible. Thanks for finding that out, hon. That's amazing. Well, that's all you guys. So spread the word. If you have people you think might like the book, please share with them the pre-order link. If you have people who you think might like the book and like to be part of the launch team, please send them that realsambennett.com/launch party link so they can sign up, get on my list, get the advanced reader copy, and leave a review. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting, you guys. And I'm getting some really nice press asks, like some good magazines are asking to talk to me and stuff. So I don't know, maybe this could actually work. Who knows? The next problem I see people having with launches is, how do I engage? Right? How do I ask people to do this? Like, it feels like I'm asking them to do me a favor, right? Like, hey, could you guys do me a favor and review my book in advance? Hey, could you guys? Oh, so here's the reason we have to do this way. Let me back up for a second. So I will send you the advanced reader PDF that I get from my publisher the first week of May, and then I'll send it out to you guys, and then you guys will have time to read it. And then I will tell you when to post the review, because if everybody posts the review all at once, then Amazon's going to be like, oh, you're trying to game our system. We won't have that, even though they're totally legitimate reviews. I don't know why they have to be so pissy about it. But hi, Beth. Great to see you. But they do. So we'll have some people post one day, some people post another day. And you got to keep up with stuff because Amazon changes the rules all the time. I also got another question. Ways to tune into how your people talk to themselves about it. Honestly, talk to them. Find somebody who's got the problem, somebody who would be an ideal client, and say, hey, could I get you on the phone for 20 minutes and you can tell me about how you think about this problem, about what it means to you, about what's happening for you, and then write down the exact words and phrases that they say. If you are writing a book, this is actually true for products as well. Here's a $1 million tip, zillion dollar tip. You ready? Go to the 1- and 2-star reviews of your competitors or complementary titles, books that are like yours but different. Go to the 1- and 2-star reviews and see what people are disappointed in. I thought this book would be this, but it's not. I hoped this product would do this, but it doesn't. And you take that language and you put it into your own thing. Tired of trying things that promise this but don't do it? Mine actually does. Or mine does this without the toxic chemicals, or mine does this without the sanctimonious attitude, or, we do this the same as other people. It's this like helpful, but also funny. Go to the 1- and 2-star reviews, see what they're saying about the competitors, about the other people in your family, their products, and then use that language to talk about your own product. You can also just use your natural empathy. You guys are so highly creative. You could probably just imagine someone in your mind and have a conversation with them in your mind. Just act out that person, tape record it, or use a voice to text and just see what comes out. Because I bet if you put yourself in their shoes, you would be able to say at least something about what they're suffering from or how they express their suffering. How do we get people on board? How do we engage people? Because you're right. It's weird to ask people for help, to say like, hey, could you, and some people are naturally helpful and will do it, but most people would be like, yeah, I'll get to it later, some other time, right? So really what you need to be doing is giving them something, like I'm doing here. Book launch party, team time. I will tell you some secrets about book launch, right? And then we get to all be in this together. And what do you get? You get an advanced reader copy. You get the opportunity to be one of the first reviewers. And that's not going to appeal to everyone. Not everybody wants to do that or has the capacity to do that, but some people do. And those people are the ones we want on board. So once you're part of the book party launch team, we're going to have a special event for you guys. You're going to get some special goodies. It's all getting lined up. I don't want to get too specific because I want to make sure that I'm telling you what you're actually going to get and not promising something you're not. Christine says, I pre-ordered and joined the launch to pre-read and review. Thank you so much, Christine. That's fantastic. Fantastic. I love that. Thank you so much. And honestly, if there are any writers that you particularly love, please write them a review. Even just leaving the stars is good, but writing a review is especially good. And again, you don't have to go on for hours and hours. You can just say a couple of words. I really enjoyed the tone of this book. I thought this book was uplifting and fun. I'm giving this book to my sister. Or, it was a little meh for me, but some people might like it. I don't know, whatever you want to say, right? Whatever you want to say. Hi, Patricia Ann. Hi, Tammy. And remember that, especially when you're letting people in early like this with the book launch, People like to be a part of something. They like to be a little special. They like to be invited in. This is a pretty exclusive group, this book party launch club. So please check it out at therealsambennett.com/launch party, LAUNCHPARTY, all one word. So it's my website, therealsambennett.com/launch party. And that will get you in. You can say, yeah, I want to be on the list. And then the second page says, great, go order and put your order number in. And if you can't do that right away, I'll send you a reminder email with everything in it so you can come circle back around if you're not someplace where you can order right that red hot second. Let's see. That's so exciting that we're already number 15 in creativity productivity. That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm a little losing my mind about that. I will tell you, so this is getting a little more specifically about book launch. I was asking my publicist, how many pre-orders are we looking for? Is there a number? Is there a point at which we can feel like, oh, we've really done it? And she said that the Amazon order, that they order about 2 times the amount of pre-orders. And the number that Amazon orders is sort of a cue to the rest of the bookstores in the world of how many the bookstores are going to order. So the more pre-orders, the more wave, it also sends a signal back to the publishers, say like, oh, we got this many pre-orders. We need to go to the printer and say, be prepared to do a second run, or we're going to need X many. I have also heard, and I haven't had this independently verified, so take this with a grain of salt, but I have heard that your advance from your publisher, that number, that dollar amount, signifies the amount that they sort of expect you to be able to sell. So if you get a $5,000 advance, they're thinking you could probably sell 5,000 copies. You get a $10,000 advance, they're thinking you could maybe sell 10,000 copies. You get a $100,000 advance, they're thinking you could sell 100,000 copies. 5,000 may not sound like much. Most books, traditionally and self-published, sell, you ready, between 200 and 300 copies total, lifetime, which just wrecks me because writing a book is a big expenditure of life energy. It's not, people always say writing a book is hard. It can be hard. There are things that are hard about it, but mostly it's a container for your wisdom and for your words and for your energy and for your life and your personality. And so to spend all that time and energy putting a book together and then have it sell 200 copies, heartbreaking. So you really want to have a plan in place. Like I said, really identify what problem is this book solving? Who is the person who has that problem? How do you want to talk to them? How can you get them in early? Again, have them pre-order, be on a wait list, join your tribe, be part of your Facebook group, or listen to your podcast or whatever it is. You're going to warm them up and keep them warm, right, until the book comes out, and to share with their friends, because your friends are the coolest. Your friends are the coolest. And if you have friends who are authors themselves, or they're interested in this space, or you just think they might dig my vibe. Now, I have heard too, from my publisher, that Amazon has started shipping books way ahead of time. So you may get even though the pub date is June 18th, you may get the book in mid-May. I don't know, and I don't have any way to control it or even find out. But yeah, stars and reviews are everything. Please offer that especially if you're a writer. This is how writers support other writers. When my friends have a book coming out, I order 3 copies. One for me, one for a friend, and one so I can be someone's special book angel. Because that moment when somebody's talking to you and you're like, hold on, I have a book for you. And then you're so glad that you have an extra copy of the book and don't have to give them yours because you'll never see it again. How can you get people pre-engaged? How can you get them ordering multiple copies? How can you get them promising to review? And again, promise them something special. Like I said, we're going to have a special launch party just for the book team. There's some other goodies in store for you that I'm going to wait and tell you about later. Veronica says, okay, so we're trending number 15 on Amazon in creativity productivity, which is amazing that they put us even in that category, because Get It Done is in like performing arts / time management or something. Is that even a category, really? This is another thing, by the way. You don't really get to control what keywords or what category Amazon puts you in. They pick that themselves. So sometimes it's accurate and sometimes it's not. It's a little weird. Laura, Deborah, Marcia, how you doing, guys? Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we're trending on Amazon. And Veronica says, yeah, we're in some nice company in that top 20. Julia Cameron, without whom I am nothing. Neil Gaiman, one of my great heroes in life. Stephen Pressfield. It's getting thin. The air's getting thin up here, people. Betty Edwards. Betty Edwards. I love Betty Edwards. Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain changed my life. Changed my life. That's amazing. All right then, people. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. A little bit of world domination. Just a little bit, right? So, if your friends can share with us this experience with us, I would love that. If there's anything I can do to help you with your projects, if you've got a question for me, I am delighted to hear about it. Go ahead and you can ask me now, or you can, send me an email. I'm here every week. We've just moved the time from 1 p.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be 2 p.m. I think from here on out. Um, uh, Will I still talk to us when I'm a massively successful big league bestseller? Well, I'll see if I can squeeze you in, June. But yes, of course, of course. I love these times with you guys. It makes me remember why I do this, right? It gets a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, it's easy to get in the weeds in your own business, right? I mean, we're trying to, Veronica and I are constantly trying to solve problems and make sales and make sure the processes are right and just making sure the wheels are spinning. And to be here talking to you guys is everything. So if you don't have a way that you are consistently talking with the customers and fans and clients and tribe of your own, whether you're selling something or not, I really urge you to. People are people, and people buy from people. And the more people know you and like you and trust you and understand what you're up to and have a feeling for you, and the more consistently you get in front of them. I always think of myself as sort of standing on a street corner, like going like, hi, everybody. You know that thing I've been doing since the year 2000? Yeah, I'm still doing that thing. 2001, maybe. Yeah, still doing it. Get it done. Yep, still. Hi, everybody. Right? And I know people have that feeling of like, oh, I don't want to, I don't want to pressure people. I don't want to nudge them. You know what? Yeah, you do. You do. You want to pressure them. You want to nudge them. If what you have, if what you offer, if who you are can help people, then you owe it to them to make sure they know about it, to stand in front of them and give them a little, grab them by the lapels a little bit. Okay, come on in here. I want to help you. Sit down. Let's talk. Right? You being shy does not serve the world. And I get it. I am shy. I am shy. I am introverted. I don't want to be on camera. I know. I'm like, aren't you an actor? I know, but that's different. I'm here to tell you, being on camera as an actor and being on camera as Sam Bennett, or even as the character of Sam Bennett, are two different things. So yeah. Nevertheless, we endeavor to excel, right? We want to be a part of something that matters. We want our life and our work to matter. And if you're not telling anybody about it, then it's going to be hard for you to grow, for you to change, for you to participate in this wonderful alchemy that happens when you put your work out into the world, right? Because you make something, and if you just put it in a closet, well, that's sort of the end of the story, isn't it? But if you let it out of the house, well, it changes when it hits the air, doesn't it? And then someone else participates in it. They buy it, or they taste it, or they read it, or they hear it, or they sample it. And then they are changed. And they may even tell you about it. And then you are changed. And then it is changed again, right? There's this sort of infinity loop, this little Moebius strip of it's an energetic exchange between you and the thing you made and the people who engaged with the thing you made, back to you, back to them, back to the thing. It's really beautiful. And we know that there is art and books and products that got made hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, that are still speaking to us. It's one of the reasons I can't really go to museums because I see the things, I run these international retreats for women every year with my friend Amy Ehlers called Barefoot Perfect. If you're interested in that, you can go check out barefootperfect.com. We're going to Majorca this year. It's going to be amazing. But last year we went to Crete, and we went to the Archaeological Museum in Heraklion, Crete, and There's these jewelry and this pottery and these beads and things that got made by someone's hands in the Bronze Age, right? 6,000 years ago. Someone made this cup. Someone made this necklace. Someone made this thing, this piece of art. And here it is, still speaking to us all these years later. That blows my mind. Right? And when I say, the laundry can wait, honestly, the dishes can wait, that email can wait, but your art, it cannot wait. Poetry before housework, people. You do what matters to you. You do the thing that gives voice to your soul. And if that's prayer and meditation, excellent. If that's stretching and running, that's great. Dancing, singing, playing guitar, playing ukulele, playing the penny whistle. I don't care. Anything you want. Hi, Crystal. Anything you want. This is the moment to share it is now, because you don't know who it's going to affect. You don't know the ripple effect on the world. I didn't know that this book was going to be trending 2 months before it gets published. That never crossed my mind. But that's another part of it, right? We have to let it be as big as it wants to be. You are not in charge of judging your project. You are not in charge of how big your project is or is going to be. I have a friend whose work got translated into 40 languages, and she was freaking out. She was like, I didn't expect it to be this popular. And I'm like, well, just let it be as big as it wants to be. It's not your job. It's not your job to set the parameters on it. It's your job just to do it, to do it. Gaynell and Julie are committing to ordering from a independent bookstore today. I'm 100% in favor of that. I love that. And it really helps me, honestly. It's mostly just too big of an ask for most people to ask them to track down their local seller and then call and say, hi, can you pre-order this? It's from New World Library. The name of the book is The 15-Minute Method, and it's being published by New World Library. And they can absolutely pre-order it. Ask for, let me write this down. From New World Library. There we go. Oh, I think I have to take that other one down first. Hold please. Hide current comment. There we go. But they will, and there's an affiliate link for Bookshop, bookshop.org. So, Amy is the bestest. Amy is the bestest. I 100% agree. We were just texting last night, and I was thanking her for something she did, and she was like, oh, please, it's nothing. And I said, this is the great thing about our partnership is we both feel like we're getting the better part of the deal. It's how you know you made a good bargain. Good. Anything else anybody wants to say or share or ask or wonder about? Anything? Hi, Ismail, Terry, Rebecca, great to see you. Ducky, hi, Ducky. What's coming up for you as you think about getting your work out into the world and about affecting people over time and through generations and across continents? You can do it. There's nothing special about me. I mean, there's something special about all of us, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything you can't do. For reals. Hi, Brandy. Julie says, I'm feeling so inspired for the first time. Language for who might want what I have to offer coming to me. Great, Julie. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Stop thinking about what you have to offer in terms of your offers. Start thinking about it in terms of what they want. What invitation is going to be irresistible to them? What's going to entice them in, right? It's the Mrs. Fields cookie approach. Stand out in front with a sample of free cookies. Everybody's going to come to your door, right? Heather says, just working on getting out of my own way. So I can't wait to get your book. Oh, that's great, Heather. Thank you so much for saying so. World Arts, that sounds like an organization I would enjoy. Hi, World Arts. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here for this slightly longer live. Sometimes I only do 15 minutes. Sometimes I do longer. But I really wanted to welcome you guys into therealsambennett.com/book launch. No, That's not what it is. therealsambennett.com/launch party. That's where you can go to sign up to be part of the launch party, get the special advance readers PDF, and leave a review when I tell you to. Otherwise, just pre-order from Amazon, from your local bookseller. It's available in the UK. It's available in Canada. And I'm just so excited. Obviously, this is not the last we're going to be talking about it. It's only April, but I've got a lot more to share. But I wanted to get you guys in on the launch party thing because that's going to end like May 4th or something is when we're going to shut down the invitations to join the launch party. So if you're interested in the launch party, go ahead and join. Go to therealsambennett.com/launch party. Otherwise, take a look around for the 15-minute method, the surprisingly simple art of getting it done. And I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. Mwah. Big kiss.